Alright, we are back for round 3. We're up against Jazzpax, and he plays Stompy. So we won the die roll, and can this hand beat Stompy? I think, let's see, we can have a first turn Bogle, second turn Abundant Growth, third turn Ethereal Armor, fourth turn Ethereal Armor just on this hand alone. And if we draw some lands, we could probably do some more things, so I'll keep. We definitely need another land, but Ethereal Armor seems like it would be good against Stompy, as does an Armadillo Cloak, which we will need to draw 2 more mana sources, but we could do it or we could get blown out well ahead of time, because Stompy is an extremely explosive deck. Alright, drew another mana source. And we will play Ethereal Armor and attack. He could potentially block and play a free spell, but he doesn't. So if we draw another forest, we will be able to play Armadillo Cloak. If we don't, we can play Ethereal Armor. And a Gladecover Scout. So we draw a Ledgewalker. And I believe my opponent might be holding up Lines of the Vastwood here. Because if we cast it on his guy, it will untap and be a 6/6. And with this Ethereal Armor, we should be able to attack into that. Now we should have a 7/7 first strike creature here. And hopefully by doing this it means that our opponent has wasted his last turn by trying to set up a little trick play here. Alright, we have our opponent at 10, we're at 18. I'm pretty sure he was trying to fake us out and pump his elf and block the 3/3, but Ethereal Armor number 2 really works wonders. Alright, so he's attacking and with a 4/2 trample, so we're definitely not going to block. Ground swells, 1 groundswell, so we took 8, so now we're at 10. And he plays another ranger. Alright, so I think the play here is just attack with the 7/7. Yeah, I can't see any rationale for why I would attack with the Gladecover Scout. He would just block that with the Nettles on and have it get eaten. Alright, he blocks, so he doesn't take any damage here because we did not draw another mana source. And now he's putting himself in a position where he might be looking to trample through lethal. That way you return to land to his hand to turn on landfall. Plays another Rancor. So +4/+4 would be lethal if we don't block. So I will block with both just to make him use it. Or should I only block with one? Let's see, he's at 10. And right now we're swinging with the Bogle. We could easily see him playing a creature next turn. Without drawing a forest, we won't be able to kill him next turn. Unless we also draw another Ethereal Armor. And he has no play. Unless we could draw a Rancor. There are some draws that we have where we can kill him next turn. But if I block like this, he has to have a decent amount of pump. Or even if I just block with one of them, he would have to have more than one Groundswell in his hand. Or Vines of the Vastwood. Vines of the Vastwood will take 2 mana to pump. And if he has 2 Groundswell, he gets through and kills us either way. So what will I do? I will block with both just to make him use the Groundswell now. Or Vines of the Vastwood. Alright, so there's the first Groundswell. So if he has Groundswell number 2, we lose. Alright, he had Slaughterhorn, so we could not beat that. Bring in Tangle. Bring in Fog. Bring in Standard Bearer. That's probably why he plays the Slaughterhorn, because that way he can still pump his guy through a Standard Bearer. I don't want to bring in anything else there. And what to take out? I think I might want to take out the Aura Gnarlids, as it's such a fast match, and they are 3 drops. I think that makes sense. Let's just see what he has going on in his sideboard again. Tangles. So we're going up against Tangles. Maybe and Gleeful Sabotage as well. And I'm just going to take out Bogles. We still have 13 creatures. Hopefully that will be good enough. And I will click submit. If we would have 3 mana and gotten that Armadillo Cloak down, I'm pretty sure we would have won. Alright, so this looks like turn 1, Utopia Sprawl, turn 2, Aura Gnarlid, turn 3, Armadillo Cloak, the Gnarlid, and start swinging with that, and he's going to have those Tangles in order to survive. This is odd. I've played Stompy before. Stompy is almost nothing but 1-drops, and he plays Forest with no play. It makes me think that he sided in a lot of Gleeful Sabotages, and now he's holding a bunch of them in his hand. Or could he just have a bunch of Pump in his hand? So he's got Daruk's Companion, Wild Mongrel, and Slaughterhorn are his non-1-drops. He has 20 1-drop creatures in his deck. Now this time I'll choose green. Or now it's a 4/4. Next turn I can Armadillo Cloak and Abundant Growth. So he really needs to have Forest Tangle here, or he is in trouble. And if he does, that would take up his entire turn. So he plays a Wild Mongrel. So he could make that Wild Mongrel an 8/8 via discarding cards. And Ancestral Mask will make this guy ginormous. Attack with a 12/12. And now if he... At least now I know if he holds open 2 mana, he has Tangle, because otherwise this is going to smash him and win. He needs either Tangle or Gleeful Sabotage. But right here he's just taking 12 and going to 8. When he's attacking, I mean, no surprise, that can't block the Gnarlid. So now it's only, we only need to see if he's going to hold up 2 mana for Tangle. Looks like that's what he's doing. Well, I have to attack into it, so. Tangle, like I suspected. Now I'll play my elf, so I'll have a threat for next turn anyways. Green, green. Oops. Get this down first. To draw a card, we draw another Abundant Growth. Abundant Growth all over. And we drew a Bogle. So I might as well Armadillo Cloak the Ledgewalker. That way I can attack, gain 3 life, get 3 damage in, and that way even if he has a Tangle for the next turn, we would still have gotten in some damage, gained some life. No blocks. He does not have his asking Root Wall, which I was curious about. And it looks like we get to smash in for the win here. Ancestral Mask, what a card. Alright, so we got through 1 Tangle there. And at least the thing about when you're going up against Stompy, they really have to telegraph the Tangles, because it's really nothing else is going to be doing by leaving 2 mana like that open when you're playing Stompy, so. The only question is, do I want to change my siding, the way I sided it at all? I could see bringing in a young wolf for this Bogle, because he's not going to be playing anything to target my creatures. The only thing he can really target is use to target his Vines of the Vastwood to counter an enchantment that I would play on my own creature. He's not going to bring in Prey Upon for this matchup. I did not see the flying black creature in this list. Did I miss that? He does not run it. Oh dear. Bunch of forest and white mana. So that is a mulligan. And this, I'm not excited about this hand, but I can't go to 5. Hopefully I'll just draw an Armadillo Cloak. And my computer shows it. Let's see what we draw here. Alright, he has a stop on our upkeep for some reason. Alright, we draw a Tangle, so that's not bad. So turn 2, Ledgewalker. Turn 3, Ethereal Armor. Turn 4, we'll be able to hold up Tangle. So I'm not sure if that's going to be fast enough. But at least we drew an Armadillo Cloak now, which will be able to gain us some life, assuming he doesn't hold up Tangle here. Rancor. And he swings with both, and he's currently holding up Tangle. Then he plays Wild Mongrel. So I will Armadillo Cloak so I can gain some life. Or I could just play Ethereal Armor and hold up Tangle for next turn. I think it's easier for me to hold up Tangle than him, because he's going to be expected to play more spells. So let's see, if I Armadillo Cloak and a swing, we're going up to 17. How much is he representing up here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He has 8 power on the board, and he can discard 3 cards, 2 in his hand plus his draw step. So that would, he's representing at least 1, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now that is with discarding to the Wild Mongrel as opposed to any pump. Any ground spell that he has due to the Ranger's ability will be active because he can return lands to his hand. So I'm just going to hold up the Tangle and get in here for 2. He attacks with everything, even though Tangle isn't as useful against him because he can use that ability to untap them. Alright, now he's holding up Tangle. Let's see if he's got his Tangle here. If he has Tangle here, which I find it hard to believe that he wouldn't, I think he just wins. I'm not sure I can not attack. he can untap one of his creatures now, and then untap another on his turn. So this Ranger, along with Garrick's companion, and that right there is going to be 6 damage, which would put me at 8, and then next turn he can swing again, and I still would not get this effective lifelinker to attack. Now let's see, if I hold him back, if I don't attack, then what can he do to me? My guy does have first strike, but then I'm also giving my opponent the opportunity to play Gleeful Sabotage and destroy my enchantments. So do I want to play around Tangle? Do I want to play and not attack? Or do I want to play around Gleeful Sabotage and try and finish him as quickly as possible? And Gleeful Sabotage is a sorcery. So by attacking now, I would at least gain 6 life if that's what he has. Let's see, at 6/6 seems like a very good blocker. How long do I want to wait? Is there any way I can attack here and then still win if he has Tangle? Next turn I would play a Ledgewalker and I would be taking at least 6 plus... Yeah, there's no way I can fight through a Tangle here. I'm going to pass the turn. Pretty sure he has Tangle and I want to hold him back as a blocker. He did not untap. Well, I'll play this land, which gets me... It's effectively going to gain me 2 life if it blocks a Wild Mongrel with no trample effect. And I will just play the waiting game here. Maybe I can draw an Ancestral Mask, and then I can cast it on my other Ledgewalker here. And then I can attack with him. Or if I draw an Armadillo Cloak. Now, it's certainly a dangerous game that I'm playing here because he can draw Gleeful Sabotage at any time. But right now, this Ethereal Armor can go on this Ledgewalker and provide enough pressure where if he has Tangle, he will have to use it. Now he has to decide if he wants to use it or not. Because it's a 4-turn clock that this guy is providing, so... Does not cast Tangle. Now, of course, he could just be bluffing the Tangle here. But he's a young wolf. Swing with 1 Ledgewalker. Tangle entered the graveyard zone, so he played the Tangle. That guy will not untap. Now it's very important that my guy does it first strike because the Armadillo Cloak does not grant lifelink. It's a triggered ability from the enchantment. So if this guy did not have first strike, I could die with the triggered ability on the stack. But since he has first strike, I'll gain the life before he gets to do any damage. Now we could draw 2 ground swells and then be able to make his guy big enough to fight through my Ledgewalker, but else the first strike will still mean I gain 7 life and go up to 21. No attacks. Now he has 4 cards in hand. How many Tangles does he run on his sideboard here? 4 Tangles. So I'm assuming he brought in all the Tangles. And I don't know about the Gleeful Sabotage. He might have brought those in, or he might have thought that they would have been too slow. If I see his creatures just start tapping and we're not in the attack phase, I'll know that he's casting Gleeful Sabotage with Conspire. Probably take out either both Ethereal Armors or an Ethereal Armor and an Armadillo Cloak. Alright, Ancestral Mask. Now the question is, which creature do I cast this on? And how much bonus will it give? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it will give plus 10, plus 10. And part of me wants to cast it on this Ledgewalker and save back these 2 blockers, and that is in fact what I'm going to do. It doesn't represent lethal damage this turn, but it's just a very safe play. We are going up against an opponent that runs 4 Tangle in the sideboard, and this would be one of the matches where he would bring in all 4, as well as against Delver Fiend, and against the Mirror, when he goes up against Stompy. I wonder if yeah, I'll just attack with the 11/11 here. See if he has another Tangle. There's the other Tangle. So now he has 3 cards in hand. He's already cast 2 Tangles. In fact, it's the only card in his graveyard. And he sends in the troops. Plant token will block 10. Block here. Block here. Block here. Alright, he has 4 cards in hand. Let's see what he can do here. Hopefully, not too much. Groundswell, Slaughterhorn. Alright, so he's going to blow this guy out and get rid of his Ethereal Armor as well after That guy goes through. Alright, I'm at 16 after that. He has 2 cards left in his hand. Now the question is, do I want to attack? And right now he cannot play Tangle, because he does not have the mana open for Tangle. So I think if I Rancor him up, and I can swing in for 11, and I will be at a lot of life. So being at a lot of life against Stompy is a good thing. And now he's at 2. And I'm at 27. Now if he doesn't concede here, he's obviously indicating that he's at least representing another Tangle. So I will just attack with this Ledgewalker and save this guy back to block again. He has 9 power on his side of the board here. He sends them all in with 3 cards in hand. I do not think he has 17 or 18 points of pump in his hand. And now he is discarding a Root Walla for an extra point of damage. And another one. Alright, that is fantastic. He has 1 card left in hand. And if that card is Tangle, he can buy himself more time. So I'm at 16, he has 1 card in hand, and I'm assuming it is going to be Tangle. So I will attack with this Ledgewalker with just the Ancestral Mask on him. And if he casts Tangle, he gets to untap. He casts Tangle number 3. And now I will put another Armadillo Cloak on this Ledgewalker. Because it's not Spirit Link, the life gaining effect will in fact trigger for both of them. So now, unless the 1 card in his hand is Gleeful Sabotage or the 4th Tangle, I'm pretty sure that this game is over. Now, if it is Gleeful Sabotage, I still don't think he can. If he destroys both my Armadillo Cloaks, he won't win. All he needs to do actually is destroy Ethereal Armor and take away my first strike. Means then all he has to do is 16 points of damage. So if he casts 1 without Conspire, destroys Ethereal Armor, can he get in 16 points of damage? I don't think so. 1, 2, 3. I would still block the Root Wall, which would absorb all that. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 if he pumps. So I do not see any way out for him. He does not send anyone in. Alright, so I forgot that guy doesn't untap. Cycle Manamorphose. Green, green, Forest, play Forest, pass the turn. I will not attack in case he does in fact have Tangle number 4. Alright, so now he is going to have 2 cards, and pretty much one of them has to be Tangle or Gleeful Sabotage. And he concedes. Alright, so we are 3-0. Now that means that we are in the prizes, and we get to go for the bonus round to see if we can go 4-0 and get 5 more packs. So I will see you then.